Alright man, having a massive stockpile of silver isn't everything in Raid Shadow Legends, but it is a lot, you know what I'm saying? Let's cover every which way that you can farm up a ridiculous amount of silver in this video game to make artifact enhancement events a joy and not, I don't know, something that's like a chore that makes you nervous, makes you thinking, man, how the hell am I going to get through this one and not be absolutely broke by the end of it. The first thing you want to do is wait until there is a CVC active, like there is a CVC active right now, and use this opportunity to not only craft some of the better gear that you have lying around and ready to craft, like I've been doing with my perception gear and stuff during the CVC, but also craft a lot of garbage gear as well. All of these resilience pieces right here, I'm just going to craft all of these. I'm not going to use any rank charms or rarity charms or anything at all on these. No charms used. I'm just going to be pumping the crap out of this gear. And unless it's like a 6-star pair of speed boots or something, all of this is just going to get sold. And as you can see, we spent 100,000 silver in order to craft these 10 pieces. Just by selling 2 pieces, bam, we've already made our money back. And now everything that we do after this, everything that we sell after this is going to be automatic profit. And so what is this? We just gained like we just gained like 300,000 silver or something just from selling off this batch. Pretty good. Maybe even just a little bit more, not quite sure, but basically we just add a crap load of silver just by doing this. Now obviously I'm going to be here all day doing this, so I'm not going to do all of this right now in the video, but you'll be able to see our silver just spike towards the end of this crafting session with all of these resilience pieces. And you can do this with all of the cheapo pieces as well. If I want to craft some decent affinity breaker gear, that's fine, but I can use all of the cheap materials, all of the garbage, all of the crap to just mass craft a bunch of trash that I can then sell off. And this is a fantastic way to earn some silver, and if you're doing this during a CVC at the same time, which you should be, then you're also earning just a boatload of CVC tournament points as well, as you can well see, right? Like 500 points there, just completely for free. And so this is going to be my life for like, I don't know, the next 15 or 20 minutes or something like that, and then we'll see where we end up in terms of silver. And alright man, I did a whole lot of crafting with the resilience gear, basically spent all of it, crafted a whole bunch of fatal gear as well, and I've still got some other crafting that I could still do across some other sets for just the trash gear in my forge. Farmed a crap load of CVC points, and we gained almost, what? Like, it was like 8 million, 8.5 million silver or something like that, something crazy. We started off at about 78 million silver before crafting, and so there it is. Just being patient as hell with your forge supplies, and most importantly, making sure that you are always farming up faction wars, even if it is the lower stages of a certain faction that you're behind on. It is still absolutely worth hitting those every single day to make sure that you've got that trickle of crafting supplies coming in, and you're just saving everything again for these big CVC crafting sessions, particularly the personal rewards crafting sessions for CVC, which, oh my god, we're actually entering the final milestone now of our big old personal rewards. So yeah, crafting well worth doing during CVC, and it's going to earn you a boatload of silver as you go. The next batch of tips that we're going to be covering are going to be tips that you can use to save a crazy amount of silver when gearing up your champions, and every little seriously does help. I wish I'd taken these things more seriously on my own account when I was broke for the longest time, and now I'm saving all kinds of silver by observing these tips. I'm going to use Ugo as our example champion in this demonstration. Man, before we get to that, hey, if you want to get your hands on a free Ugo, then dude, you can start up a new raid account and get your hands on 4 free epic champions right off of the get-go, including Ugo as a starting champion, simply by starting a new raid account using my beginner promo link, which as always is down below at the top of the video description box, man. All you gotta do is make sure you're signed out of Plarium Player before clicking on that beginner link, to guarantee that when you create a new account, you get your hands on all of these sweet, sweet, saucy rewards. There are honestly too many rewards to even cover in a single breakdown. Those 4 champions aren't the only rewards you get. It's all kinds of milestone rewards, free potions, silver chickens, all of that stuff. Yeah, it's just an immense beginner promo link. So, okay, man, imagine, if you will, that we want to go ahead and re-gear this Ugo, or just do something like gear up a fresh new champion for the very first time. First thing you want to do is whenever you're planning gear to put on a champion, is just use the fitting room. This way, if you want to go ahead and try a piece of gear on, you can just hit the behind my camera right now, try on button, and you can go ahead and just sample the gear on a champion rather than switching gear in or out, right? This way you can just get a good idea of what your stats are going to look like after the gear switch around without wasting any silver, pulling gear off of a champion to try a new piece on, etc, etc, etc. It seems like an obvious tip. You'd be shocked at how many people just don't observe this tool, this fitting room tool, when re-gearing or gearing up their champions for the first time. Of course, it's ideal as well if you wait until you have some free gear removal item available on your account, or a free gear removal event is active in the game before you re-gear a champion, so that you're not spending silver to remove the gear off of a champ. That's kind of obvious, but I'll go ahead and throw that in there. Another thing that I would say as well is, before you go ahead and actually equip a piece of gear on a champion, if you plan on rolling that item up to, level 12 or level 16 in particular, make sure that you upgrade the item before you equip it to your champ. Again, this seems a little bit obvious, but it's a little bit of a beginner habit to just roll an item up to 12, you slam it on a champion and you think, alright man, I'm definitely going to use this piece of gear, and then a month later or whatever, an artifact enhancement event comes up, and then you roll up that piece of gear and the final stat roll goes bad, and in the meantime, you found a better piece to equip to that champion instead. It just sucks. Roll up the piece of gear first, right? Just in case the stat rolls go bad, and then you're not wasting silver to remove that piece of gear. Again, seems obvious, but I'm going to go ahead and throw it in there. What I would also say as well is, obviously never upgrade a piece of gear to rank 16 outside of an artifact enhancement event. It just sucks. It's not good to do. You do have the second option of doing that, and rolling up a piece of gear during a clan versus clan tournament instead, and that way you can get some free CVC points. You can do that. Ideally, you can double dip and be getting CVC points at the same time as an artifact enhancement event is live. That's like best possible case scenario. But a tip just for artifact enhancement events in general is to, especially during like a monthly fusion where you're trying to get your hands on a very, very specific reward, like a rare champion or champion fragments during an artifact enhancement, is just upgrade as much gear as you need to get that very specific reward, like the rare champ or the fragments, and then stop upgrading, stop rolling up, right? Hold on to the rest of your silver, A lot of these things, with earning silver in Raid, it's like anything in Raid. If you're going to min-max a resource like this and get the most out of your resources, it just comes down to patience. That's like most of Raid's game, We were saying this a little bit earlier on stream when I was chatting with everybody, but Raid is a game where progress is really measured in months. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to make a big burst of progress very often, if ever, on your account, unless you pull like a crazy good champ from a shard very, very early game or something. Those big jumps in progress are kind of like farming silver. It's not going to happen overnight, It's a lot of like micro habits like this, and being very, very conservative with how you're spending your silver and very, very careful with your pennies. That is going to allow you to save a lot of cash over time. What I would also say as well is, once you're in the mid and sort of late game areas of your account, something that you're going to want to do when it comes to deciding whether or not to take an item up to rank 16 is, once you've ranked an item up to 12, which we're just going to do right here for the purpose of this demonstration. These stat rolls are not very good on these boots, by the way, but I'm going to use this as an example, right? Because they are 6-star speed boots, I still might use them. One consideration that you might want to be making before you roll an item up and potentially waste your silver is, go ahead and just ascend the item first and see where the roll goes. This one goes into flat defense. Not good, right? That's a big negative for these boots. If they rolled into a percentage stat, like percentage HP or defense, or maybe just another speed roll on the ascended stat, that would be great. That would be a huge, huge plus in their favor, and I'd be much, much more likely, much more willing to take them up to rank 16. But once you've got a lot of artifacts that you've already got equipped on your champions that are all ascended into good stuff, then your replacements, they're going to also have to ascend into something good to compete with the stuff that you're already using. And so that's a consideration to bear in mind as your account progresses and as you get a good stockpile of weapon oils farmed from Sand Devil in your stockpile. Next up, you do have the option of spending 800 gems to get your hands on your champion's masteries and just unlock their mastery trees completely for free, but it is way, way more efficient to farm up champion masteries in Minotaur instead. Why? You can start farming masteries up on champions who are still not max level, so they're farming experience at the same time. You're farming your mastery scrolls at the same time for your energy spent. And you're also, most importantly, farming silver with every victory in Minotaur's Labyrinth as well. And per champion that you farm your masteries up on, from like nothing to max mastery scrolls, I think you earn somewhere between like 1.5 and 2 million silver ish, somewhere around that kind of ballpark figure. I might be completely making that up and confusing it with something else, but it's not a small amount of silver that you earn per champion that you're farming up masteries for in Minotaur. So just make sure that you do it. Also, it's especially worthwhile farming up the masteries in Minotaur because the amount of gems that you spend to unlock a champion's masteries, that being 800 gems, if you were to spend those gems on energy potions instead, you'd actually spend something like 720, 740 gems on energy potions to do the Minotaur anyway. And so you're saving gems, earning silver, earning experience, and farming the scrolls all at once. The value of Minotaur, it can't be overstated, and it's going to help out your bank as well, man, in terms of your silver stockpile. Now, next up is a tip that a lot of people honestly don't really recognize or pay much attention to, because it is quite a small thing, but again, every little does help, right? If you head on into your clan and go to your clan benefits, the higher level clan you are in, the more extra campaign silver you earn from your clan, all the way up to a huge 14% extra campaign silver. Oh my god, you're just drowning in coins. Not really, you know, it barely makes any difference at all, but it is a little bit of something. So yeah, your clan levels are going to count towards some extra silver. And additionally, if you're looking to really max up the amount of silver that you are earning from campaign, then stage 3 of campaign 12 on brutal difficulty is going to be the best stage for you to farm, just because the shields sell for more silver than any of the other artifact pieces all up in here, right? That's where you're farming stage 3. The shields just sell for more than all of the other basic accessories. And you want to stay on brutal difficulty because it's the best amount of energy that you can be spending in terms of experience gained and silver earned ratio in general. Now, if you go all the way up to nightmare difficulty, which I actually don't even have cleared just yet on this account, then stage 3 will give you more experience, right? I mean, you could go all the way up to stage 6 if you want. This is going to give you more experience for your energy spent, and that's great, but you'll earn way less silver for energy spent if you go all the way up to nightmare. So in terms of just like net productivity and net gains of like silver and experience on your account, 12.3 is going to be the most efficient stage for you to farm if you're purely just looking to maximize the total amount of resources that you are earning from campaign. Now, speaking of content that you can farm to earn a copious amount of silver as well, nothing in this game in terms of artifacts sells better than accessories, right? Like, case in point, we just go to like a random 5-star banner, like my Lizardmen faction all up and over here, and we hit the sell button on this. 70,000 silver for a 5-star Lizardmen banner. That's crazy as hell. You bump that all the way up to like, I don't know, like a blue 6-star banner. Even a rare 6-star banner is selling for 75,000. The rings sell for pretty damn good as well, as do the amulets. Yeah, these sell for fantastic, fantastic amounts of silver. So when there is a spider tournament active and you're looking to build up a good amount of silver in your stockpile, even if you're not planning on using almost any of the artifacts that you're getting or the accessories that you're getting from the spider tournament, because maybe you're only clearing like a lower stage, maybe you're in the early game, you're only clearing like stage 10 or stage 16 or whatever. Like I've been on my free-to-play account. Dude, farm it anyway, man. The amount of cash you're gonna earn from just blasting the hell out of Spider's Den. Like I don't have like the quickest clear team here going or whatever, but it's totally worth me doing. And in fact, just now, I got done multi-battling like crazy on my free-to-play account, which I have playing along at the same time, most of the time. Look at all these goddamn accessories that I've got ready to sell on my free-to-play account, man. So I probably just earned like a good few million silver right there on the free-to-play account, just farming the hell out of stage 10 Spider. You'll earn a crazy amount of silver by doing this throughout the course of a full tournament if you're going to max out the rewards, which I recommend you do in Spider tournaments if you are in need of silver. You're going to earn millions very easily indeed, and it is by far the best dungeon tournament to farm if you're looking to bump up those silver stockpiles. You can also set up like a gear filter as well, so that you automatically sell like all 5-star artifacts or below or something if you want to do it like that, and it's just going to reduce the amount of sorting that you have to do towards the end, which I actually do have set up in this spider battle myself. So as this battle comes to an end, we might just get no accessories, but you'll see that they've been automatically sold, and we just get a stupid amount of silver instead. And yeah, 151,000 silver from a single run because it just automatically sold, I guess, a couple of 5-star accessory items. And so that's how we do it, man. Spider's Den is an absolute, I was going to say gold mine, absolute silver mine, dude. Very good indeed. Yeah, in addition, I will also add, as reminded by the stream chat as well, if you can build a solo champion who can just solo farm Spider's Den for you, it gets even more efficient because then you're farming the hell out of the Spider tournament at the same time as you're able to farm up like 3 or 4 food champions alongside whichever champion is just solo carrying in Spider, right? So yeah, that's the build that you can approach. I won't go into any champions that you can build to do this because frankly, there are guides all over YouTube, you know, if you just type like Spider's Den, Solo, Raid Shadow Legends, or whatever on YouTube, you'll probably find yourself some guides of champions that you can build to do that. But that's another way that you can just maximize the amount of rewards and efficiency that you're getting out of your champion roster when it comes to this dungeon. And there you have it, man. We just put like 400 energy into the Spider tournament so far. I plan on putting like a couple of thousand energy into the Spider tournament and just having the auto sell feature activated, so we're selling most of our blue artifacts that are dropping from this dungeon. 1.23 million silver earned from these 13 battles. A lot more where this has come from. Once by the time this tournament is all said and done, we're probably going to have earned like 5 or 6 million from this Spider's Den tournament alone, if not just a little bit more. Depends how much energy we have to spend in order to finish things off. And so after starting off recording this video at 78 million silver, we've already just earned like 9 mil silver just from blasting the Forge, just from blasting Spider's Den. When all is said and done, it's probably going to end up like 13 or 14 million just from hitting those 2 events super hard and just selling a crap load of accessory artifacts, man. And that is just the best possible way you can get your hands on silver and hold on to it based on, you know, the understanding that you're going to be doing a lot of silver saving habits, like we said, about not trying to max out every artifact enhancement event if you don't have to, using the fitting room feature and all of those good little features as well. Hey man, another great way to get your hands on some free and easy silver is by using promo codes. The promo code that is above my head right now is good old code GameLeap. That's a free 100,000 silver right there, 10 free experience brews and a free energy refill, so you might as well get that used right now, man, while there's a CVC active, in fact, because by the time this video goes up, maybe there'll be like an hour or something left. Either which way, man, share it with your clanmates if you've used that code already. And remember, if you're looking to get off to the best possible start on a second raid account, start off a new free-to-play adventure like I have, then join me in my free-to-play quest by creating a new raid account using my beginner promo link down below at the top of the video description box, man. Make sure you're signed out of Plarium Play, hit that link, use it to download raid all over again, and you get your hands on for free epic champions, man, to kickstart a new second alt account. Best beginner promo link going, don't you know? Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you all did enjoy this one, and I'm going to catch all of you all just a tad bit later, man.